Good evening to you all. You're watching Addis News Hour. I'll get back in a minute. Now the news in full, and do stay tuned once again. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed today appointed some of his renowned cabinet members and former diplomats to 8 vacant posts at the federal level. Accordingly, Alemu Sime has been assigned to the post Minister of Transport and Logistics, lately vacated by Dagmoit Moges. Similarly, the Ministry of Mines, where the topmost position was vacated by Takala Uma, has now been assigned to Habtamu Tagain. Girma Amente will now sit at the top of the Ministry of Agriculture, replacing Umar Hussein, whereas Mammo Mertu has been appointed Governor of the National Bank of Ethiopia in place of Inagar Desai. Alamzai Paulos retains her position of head of the Office of the Prime Minister and Cabinet Affairs with the rank of a minister, as did Daniel Kubrat, who will continue holding the position of the Prime Minister's Social Affairs Advisor with the rank of a minister. Ethiopia's longest-serving UN Permanent Representative, Taye Asqassalasse, has now been picked for the position of the Prime Minister's Foreign Policy Advisor with the rank of a minister. Finally, Meles Alemu, who until recently served as one of the cabinet members of the Addis Ababa administration, has now been selected for the post of Democracy Building Coordination Center coordinator with the rank of a minister. And tourists from across the world have described the Ethiopian Epiphany as a symbol of peaceful coexistence, adding the world needs to learn from it. Timkat, the commemoration of the baptism of Jesus Christ, was warmly celebrated on Thursday with colorful processions, songs and mass prayers by churches, choirs and priestess, Sunday school students, and the faithful of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. But Jerusalem Betza sheds more light on this. Take a look.
Timkat was celebrated colorfully in Addis Ababa on Thursday in the presence of Patriarch of the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church, Abuna Matthias, the faithful, high-level government officials, diplomats, and other invited guests. In an exclusive interview with the Ethiopian news agency, foreigners who attended the Timkat celebration applauded its peculiarity and the people's unity. Shayla West, an American who is in Ethiopia for a conference and attended the event at Timkat celebration, said she has never seen anything like this.
What has impressed me is the people. So many people have come to pray, to give homage, the solemnity, the way that people are giving, I presume because I don't speak the language, but seem to be giving thanks, seem to be in a very solemn state. It's I've never seen anything like it. There's nothing this grand where I come from, I don't think.
Finnish tourist Laura Pausa, for her part, told the Ethiopian news agency, underscored that Ethiopia takes pride in its untapped potential tourist attraction sites, adding Epiphany or Timkat needs to be preserved.
I think this is a very wonderful ceremony and something very special. This kind of events don't take place in my country, and I think there is a very special feeling among all the people.
Large number of people with colorful cultural attires, songs and dance on the top of the religious rituals attract the attention of hundreds of tourists who gathered. Tourists from all corners of the world, they said, should come and experience this vibrant ceremony as well as other historical sites in Ethiopia.
Meanwhile, with its peculiar religious ritual festivity, Ethiopia's Timkat is the most fascinating cultural celebration which everyone must witness. The remark came when hundreds of tourists flocked to Jan Meda, a big tract of land up at Arada sub-city in Addis Ababa, where the festivity took place on Thursday. Under a clear sky, accompanied by a hot blazing sun, hundreds of foreign visitors, blended with millions of Ethiopian Orthodox Christian Church, colorfully celebrated the annual Ethiopian Timkat, or Epiphany, throughout the country. The visitors who were participating on the Timkat festivity at Jan Meda told the Ethiopian news agency that the outdoor feast is among the unique festival of the year in Ethiopia, which shows Ethiopia's unison and their hospitality. Once again, Jerusalem Betza takes it from here.
My family and I are here from Michigan, from the United States. It's an honor to be here and to experience this event with you, this celebration.
My name is Reverend Tubintol from Church of Sweden in Kwanadaresachu. This is a blessed day and a day of joy for everyone who is participating, and a blessing for the whole of Ethiopia.
My name is Kirsten Healy. I'm from the United States, Boston, Massachusetts. It's incredible. We're so fortunate to be here and to be able to celebrate this with the Ethiopian people. It's like nothing we have back in the United States, so it's very special.
My name is Emily Gower, and I come from the United States, from the state of North Carolina. I think this ceremony is beautiful. I've never seen anything like it. I've been coming to Ethiopia to do research for about 20 years, and this is my first time here for Epiphany. And it's just been beautiful to see how many people are sharing religion, the beautiful colors and all of the parts of the ceremony with all of the different priests is something that we don't see in the U.S.
I'm very happy to see all the people gathering, and I hope that this will be a sign of hope and peace for the whole of the country.
Oh, it's incredible. It's amazing to see the beautiful outfits, to hear the choirs, to see the parade through the streets with the tabard. It's been incredible.
I think showing the unity of the many people here is also really important. It's really important to show that Ethiopia is a united country, and so to see so many different people here, different religions, different ethnic groups coming together and being side by side is very nice to see.
It would be a gift to be able to visit this country, and I encourage anyone to come to be respectful and kind to the Ethiopian people.
Oh, absolutely. Come and visit Ethiopia. It's incredible. The people are lovely. The hospitality is incredible. And we just wish everybody here in Ethiopia peace. Salam.
I think that lots of people want to come to Ethiopia, and to be able to share something like this is amazing. There's really nothing like this Epiphany ceremony that I've seen anywhere else in the world that I've traveled, and so to advertise the Epiphany for tourists would be great, for them to be able to see something like this. Yeah.
Meanwhile, while nearly all the tabots or replica of the Ark of the Covenant returned to their respective churches on January 19, the day of Epiphany, those of St. Michael stay overnight for one more day at the river before making it back to their churches. This morning, the tabots of St. Michael Church all over the country returned with much pomp and fanfare for what is known as the Qana Zegalila ceremony. Here at Addisu Mikhail Church around the Mercato area in Addis Katama sub-city, thousands of the faithful, all draped in white and accompanied by Timkat stable color of the Ethiopian flag, gathered to express their respects. The faithful, wearing white linen traditional clothes, clapped and sing their sacred songs aloud. The tabots are usually carried by the heads of the most senior priestess with umbrellas on top. similar story, tourists who have come from different parts of the world has expressed their impression on the celebration of the Timkat celebration here in Ethiopia. Take a look at Goshi Malasu has compiled the full story.
Ethiopia is endowed with historical and cultural heritages. Among these, Timkat is the unique outdoor religious festival celebrated by the faithful of the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church. Tourists from the US told the news agent that Ethiopia is the anatomy of traditional polity that should be visited, describing their Epiphany experience as memorable. He also urged tourists to come and visit Ethiopia, for the culture is beautiful, the food delicious, and the people amazing.
Ethiopia is a beautiful country, beautiful people, beautiful culture. If more people can find out about how amazing Ethiopia is, it's a great place to visit. And celebrations like Timkat are something that everyone should be able to experience.
Another fellow tourist for his part said that he wanted to experience the celebration for the first time, adding, in the Western world, including the US, there has never been anything like it. Meyer also impressed with the huge gatherings of parishes to celebrate the holiday, as well as the calmness of the country.
If anybody out there who's watching this who may not have experienced something like this before, make sure you come here and try it, experience it, because the culture is beautiful, the religion is beautiful, and the people are really amazing.
Epiphany Timkat in Amharic is one of the grand outdoor religious festivals celebrated among the Ethiopian Orthodox Christians on 19 January or 20 January once in every 4 years.
Welcome to the land of origins. Commercial Bank of Ethiopia is pleased to serve all your traveler banking needs. If you have money from any of these 16 countries, you can convert it to local currency by visiting our nearest branch. Alternatively, our secure Forex ATMs accept cash exchange, or if you prefer using your cards, we've partnered with Visa, MasterCard, and UnionPay so that you can withdraw cash from our local ATMs or make cashless transactions at thousands of local POS partners securely and with confidence. We are linked with more than 700 global banks through our direct SWIFT address, CBE Teta. We also work with 16 international money transfer agents, out of which Tune and World Remit enable you to make direct deposits into our savings and current accounts or our popular CBE Burr mobile wallet. Commercial Bank of Ethiopia, the bank you can always rely on.
Welcome back. You're still watching at this news hour. We've been bringing you stories related with the Timkat celebrations, and we move forward. As the Timkat vibe continued, yet another spectacular event happens at Ernabuti, a place located in the Minjar Shankora area of North Shoa zone state of Amhara. Experts are pushing to have the unique celebration of Epiphany here attract more tourists and a bid to the place a tourist attraction. Daniel Kassaun has compiled the full story, and take a look.
Ethiopia is endowed with various natural and man-made attractions which are to be advertised very well to the outside world to get the best out of them. Particularly in this time where many tourists flock to the country during Christmas and Epiphany celebration times, a lot more needs to be done. In this regard, the Ethiopian Tourism Ministry is doing its level best to make them well known and open for tourists during Timkat or Epiphany celebration. The Tourism Ministry is aggressively working hard to make it a public destination point where both religious and cultural activities can be entertained very well.
Here is both religious and cultural activities are well experienced and getting well. We have segmented it out. The location is so advantageous for local and foreign tourists. All can come and enjoy the blessing from here. We are duty-bound to make it open and well-known to all. We are also inviting investors and concerned tourism bodies to work aggressively to make hidden attractions unveiled to the public at large. The site is ideal for historical, religious and cultural attractions.
The regional bodies are also reiterating that they are keen to make the place one of the well-known tourist destinations in the country.
What makes this site so special is that 44 tabots or Ark of the Covenant from Lords of Church to gather here for the Epiphany or Timkat celebration every year. This celebration goes colorful from time to time. Apart from this, the location is not that much from Addis Ababa, and we need to advertise it very well to make it well known to the public and for tourists at large, thereby winning recognition and image building of the country.
The Ethiopian Tourism Ministry is currently searching all the ins and outs of the country to find out the neglected tourist attractions to make the best out of them.
Meanwhile, the vibe of Timkat, one of Ethiopia's most extraordinary and colorful outdoor religious festivity, has extended to Washington, D.C., where the largest of an estimated a few millions of the Ethiopian diaspora across the globe reside. Ethiopians in the United U.S. Capitol breathed the air of Timkat, remembering the baptism of Jesus at the hands of John the Baptist as a replica of the Ark of the Covenant, known to them as Tabot gathered from various churches. While observing the holiday, the Ethiopian diaspora underlined need to enhance unity and solidarity. ETV's correspondent at the DC metro area has attended the event, and Habtam Ashagre compiles the full story. Take a look.
Timkat came in flying colors at the DC metro area where hundreds of the Ethiopian diaspora gathered. Replicas of the Ark of the Covenant, accompanied by representatives of church dioceses, archbishops, parish, and the faithful, added colors to the event. Archbishop of the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church used the occasion to call upon all Ethiopians to maintain the value of reconciliation exemplified by Jesus Christ upon his baptism at the river Jordan.
በመወያየት በመነጋገር ለአንዲት ሀገራችን ሁሉም ሊቆም ይገባዋል።
We need to stand in unison, maintaining the unity of our country. We have to dedicate ourselves and forego our selfish interests in the best interests of reconciliation. Dialogue still remains our only gateway to remedies to our problems. This is a spectacular festivity that has thrilled the whole world. Jesus Christ has renewed God's resolve to forgive our sins. May the holiday season bring more peace, love, and unity.
የፍቅር የበረከት የአንድነት በዓል ያድርግልን።
as an occasion where thousands gather for a unique religious ceremony, irrespective of political outlook and ethnicity. Timkat has also been hailed for its contribution to invigorate unity and solidarity. Ethiopians have also been urged to remain calm and united despite the ills still facing the nation of over 120 million.
Apart from being a religious ceremony, Epiphany is a sign of unity and solidarity for all Ethiopians. We have to tighten our belts to solidify our unity. Thus, we have to extend our support to rehabilitate and reconstruct infrastructure demolished during the war.
In other news, the EU-EOM Joint Initiative Programme handed over a community-based animal feed processing plant to migrant returnee at Goba City in Bali Zone, Oromia State. The project was implemented by IOM in partnership with the Madawalabu University, a public university of the district. According to the IOM, the plant was established on a 500-meter square modern facility donated by Goba City administration. Through this project, sustainable job opportunities will be created for 25 vulnerable migrant returnees, unemployed graduates, and potential migrants in the community. Every 3 years, a new group will be selected and will replace the previous one, IOM stated. Since 2017, the EU-IOM Joint Initiative implemented 31 community-level interventions benefiting more than 470,000 direct and indirect beneficiaries in Amhara, Oromia, Tigray, Southern Nations, National Same People Region States, and Addis Ababa, Redwa City Administration, the IOM stated. In other development, the government of the United Kingdom announced today 16.6 million funding to support more than 6,000 people in drought and conflict-affected regions in Ethiopia. UK's Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office official statement indicates that the aid announced today will reach to more than 600,000 people across the drought and conflict-affected regions in Ethiopia. UK's Minister for Development, Andrew Michel, revealed that the total UK funding announced today is £16.6 million supporting more than 600,000 people. 11.6 million contribution to the people of Southern Nations and nationality of people will reach around 250,000 people living in extreme poverty with food and livelihood security. Money will be pooled with multi-donor funding alongside international partners and will go to regions in Ethiopia, including Oromia, Amhara, Afar, and Harar.
Welcome to the land of origins. Commercial Bank of Ethiopia is pleased to serve all your traveler banking needs. If you have money from any of these 16 countries, you can convert it to local currency by visiting our nearest branch. Alternatively, our secure Forex ATMs accept cash exchange, or if you prefer using your cards, we've partnered with Visa, MasterCard, and UnionPay so that you can withdraw cash from our local ATMs or make cashless transactions at thousands of local POS partners securely and with confidence. We are linked with more than 700 global banks through our direct SWIFT address, CBE Teta. We also work with 16 international money transfer agents, out of which Tune and World Remit enable you to make direct deposits into our savings and current accounts or our popular CBE Burr mobile wallet. Commercial Bank of Ethiopia, the bank you can always rely on.
And finally, NATO and defense leaders from roughly all European countries are meeting at Ramstein Air Base in Germany to discuss pledging further arms to aid Ukraine in its efforts to fight off the Russian invasion. This is against the backdrop of growing pressure on Germany to provide the country with its Leopard 2 heavy tanks. Goshi Melisu compiled the full story. Take a look.
Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin urged allies on Friday to dig deeper to support Ukraine at the start of a meeting of dozens of defense ministers at an airbase in Germany as pressure piled up on Berlin to provide tanks to Kyiv. NATO and defense leaders from roughly all the European countries are meeting at Ramstein Air Base, the latest in a series of arms-pledging conferences since Russia invaded Ukraine nearly 11 months ago. The United States announced an additional $2.5 billion in military aid for Ukraine on Thursday, a package which will include more armored vehicles and ammunition. Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky said that his country needs more help from Europe and the U.S.
As we prepare for Ramstein, we expect strong decisions. We expect a powerful military support package from the United States. Thank you to everyone who defends freedom with us.
Finland announced a new donation of more than 400 million euros worth of defense equipment for Ukraine, not including German-made Leopard 2 heavy tanks, which it said it could also send if there is an agreement with allies. Berlin has veto power over any decision to export the Leopard tanks fielded by NATO-allied armies across Europe and seen by defense experts as the most suitable.
And now a quick reminder of the top stories once again. Premier announces new appointments to top federal levels. And pressure grows on Germany for more armaments to Ukraine. You've been watching Bosnia with another news alongside with the other technical school, and thank you so much for joining us. Have a good evening.